If you're going very, very wide like that, the idea that's had the biggest influence on everything has been the idea of non-attachment to things. And there's so many great metaphors and stories that could exemplify it. But one of my favorites is from a book that I read on Buddhism, and it's the story of the man in the boat. And basically the story is there's a man in a boat and he's in the thick fog all alone in his boat, and he's going along and another boat hits him because the fog is so thick and people can't really see where they're going. And he's really pissed off and he's like getting red with anger. His boat is fucked up. He's sort of thinking about what he's going to yell at this other person in the other boat because they managed to accidentally navigate their boat into his. And he's like making his case and getting ready for his argument and getting all pissed off and getting all riled up and ready for a fight. And then the fog clears a little bit and he sees that there's nobody in the boat. It's an empty boat. And I love that story so much because especially nowadays, everyone I see is ready for an argument, and everyone is more ready to have an argument than they are to just lay back and look at the larger picture and accept that maybe we're in a no-fault situation. And being attached to always defending your position has gotten us into a lot of trouble lately. So I find that looking at art, looking at collaboration, looking at my marriage, looking at my child, looking at everything, the idea that you shouldn't necessarily be attached to a position has helped me the most. What idea would I like to see developed in the future? I don't know exactly what the idea would be, and I know that I can't necessarily invent it, but I would really love an idea to come along and flame and take hold that can fix the problem I see everywhere of people being so attached to their devices. Because even though we are starting to cultivate an understanding and a mindfulness around how into our phones and devices we are, I haven't really seen one perfect engulfing idea to explain or exploit this urge that we have to be so completely connected and communicating through our screens. And even though everyone I know kind of has their problems and their habits and their ways of working around it, I would be so grateful if one giant idea could come along and just sweep everyone away from constantly checking their phones. Because we all are getting sort of the emotional fallout of how distracting it is and how bad for us it is. And you especially see it when you have a kid and you watch them looking at you being sort of always half there and half kind of elsewhere. So if anyone could arrive with that idea, I'd be very grateful.